Today is the top 5 exercises to lengthen and strengthen your spine. Hi, I'm Cheryl Ale, and I am founding director of RPM, Revolutionary Principles of Movement. I am here teaching you, the teachers and the dancers, to be the very best you can be. This is ballet for everybody. This is what we do. So let's get started lengthening and strengthening and lengthening and strengthening and lengthening your spine. Hi everyone. I'm here with Madeline and Adriana from Ballet Palm Beach, 2 professional dancers. These girls are what I call homegrowns. They started here at what age? 6. 12. So, as you can see, they are lovely specimens. They have these lovely long backs. So this is all about strengthening and lengthening your spine. So they are the perfect example of a lifetime almost a lifetime. These girls aren't 80, you know, I mean. So that they have practiced these principles that we're about to show you. These are terrific secrets that we're going to share with you that we have been developed over 60 years. So this is really good stuff. This is like the holy grail of dance, huh? What do you say? So here we are. So the first thing that we have to think about when we are teaching or dancing is the very first thing is our abdominals, right? So we do a thing called zippers. So if we stand sideways, okay, and we zip, what is happening is you are zipping from the mid-sternum and the top of the pubic bone to the center of the abdomen right here. So what that does is it brings everything together. It brings your abdominal piece together here. It also straightens out your pelvis. And it loosens the pelvis in such a way that it gives freedom in the hips, which also don't bunch up your lovely long back. Look at that back. Let's see, Adriana does the same thing and zip. And you can see the change in their back. It's lengthening, and the strengthening part comes from standing in this position. Now look how beautiful and long these backs are, right? Let's turn this way and show that. There is no disfigurement. Now, either way, they could have started and not had this straight of a back. You may have students that have curvatures and scoliosis. With this same cue or tip, this will help dramatically change their posture. And you're thinking, well, we say pull up or hold your stomach in or do crunches and all that. And what does that do? That foreshortens the front of the body. And when that happens, then we have this little hunchy thing. So if you just do that, hunch and crunch, see what happens? But then if you do pull up, do the pull up cue. Pull up. Now that does not help your back at all. See, pulling up, Adriana, pull all the way up. There. Now look at all the tension in the shoulders, and it creates a curve in the back. That's not a strong back, because then it's giving and the pelvis is forward and you're not going to have the control that you want. So that's tip number 1. Zippers. Tip number 2 is going to be rotation of all the things, because we're talking about classical ballet. Everyone thinks, well, what's that have to do with the back, Cheryl? Well, it does. You have to do parallel feet. We'll start with parallel feet, and they will bring their heels together and they will show you. You see, Madeline has hyperextended legs, and so does Adriana. Now, how does that affect the back? It curves the back. So how are we going to rotate properly? Keep the zippers in, because we're getting to tip number 2. So bring your feet apart just slightly, please, Madeline, so you can bring your heels together and show them what your rotation is. There it is. Now look, she's zipped and she's rotated. Now this has continued to have a nice straight line down her back. Also, Adriana, same thing. Okay, so they move once too, they don't move twice. But if they move twice, let me show you what happens on tip number 2, and they over-rotate to the back. Go ahead. And look how many moves she had to do that. And then look at her back. Is that straight? That's not strong and long. That's very hard to control anything, because what's happening is now it pushes pressure, middle back, and it's hard for her to even zip. If you zipped in that position, she would then have to hunch, right? So that's tip number 2. Do not over-rotate. Even though you're thinking, what's rotation have to do with the back? Has everything to do, because it's all connected. We have one skeletal system. If the body's not aligned, how are you going to strengthen and lengthen your back, right? That was tip number 2. Tip number 3 is, what is it? Rotation, circumduction, and zippers, and what is our next thing?
Lats.
Lats. We're doing latissimus dorsi. Now, what happens with latissimus dorsi is they are going to expand their latissimus, which comes across this way. This is all a safeguard piece, a thing called the control zone. And when that zone is put into place, you have a nice, long, straight back. Okay, so let's expand the latissimus dorsi. Let's turn around and show everyone what that looks like. And really expand, over-expand, so they can see what that looks like. You see that? Now what happens to that is a lateral strengthening. So you can lengthen and strengthen parallel and then a lateral. Okay, so in 2 ways, that's the way that you make your back stronger. And you engage all the muscles you actually have. Let's also do that too, Adriana. And expand, there you go. So this helps. Now they're not going to walk around expanded like this, but this is the safeguard in the control zone in tip 3 that really, really contributes to a strong, long back. Okay, so let's face again this way. Okay, and so the moving piece of this is, okay, so now we're aligned. So it's posture, placement, and body usage, right? So now we're going to get to the body usage part that lengthens and strengthens. So I'm going to refer back to therapeutic bar, right? So the 3rd tip is stretching up and out and long. Okay, so this is the 4th tip, right? The 4th, I just did 3. The 4th tip. So we're going to go up and long and out and stretch. Okay, go ahead. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll up. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, and reach up. 2, 3, 4, and roll up. 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. And so we're going to also face the bar. We're going to give you a few extras here. And stretching up and back. So this keeps a nice limber back, upper back. This helps the upper back because it lengthens the abdominals. And when you lengthen the abdominals, it gives you more lengthen so you can strengthen and go up and back. Go ahead. And up, 2, 3, 4. Come back up, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back up, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Okay, so now you're going to hold, we're going to give you just one more. I think that this is one of the best, so we'll give you the absolute best on the 5th. This is amazing, and it looks strange, but it works everything. So we'll go into this. This is, again, the piece of the therapeutic bar. And plie out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. The only last thing I want to show you is how incredibly strong their backs and bodies are. So I want them to step into a beautiful croisé devant and a nice beautiful penché so you can demonstrate the effects of all of these exercises. Here we go. And step croisé, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, would you question at all that that is a strong back, a long back, a beautiful back, done correctly? And have either of you had injuries your whole life? That's the point. If this is your first time to this channel, we would love it if you would subscribe. The channel is all about helping you dance better. Now, if you lengthen your spine just a little bit and boop, I would love it, really. See ya next time.